Hey guys, what's up? So I hope you had a good introduction to the new decade. For me, it was just all the same. Holidays are just days to me. That's all the 25th was. I call it the 25th. Most of you call it Christmas, but I call it the 25th. Simple as that. Anyway, that's what all of this was like for me. I go to work and I train. That's it. I get invited out to things because somehow people find the ability to put up with my obnoxious personality, but they're great people. Anyway, I hope it was good for you all, and pre new decade, so the night before, I hit a 525 triple, and at the beginning of that year, at the beginning of last year, I hit 525 for, it was my form was good, and no, I don't have video footage of it, but I do have video footage of my triples, so I'm pretty sure you'd believe I hit the 525 single. Anyway, my 525 single at the beginning of last year, it was a struggling rep. My form was good. I never compromise on form, but my form was good, but it was a super struggling rep. It was hard. Like I probably took about 15 minutes of rest between 500 and 525. So anyway, when that was over, it took a lot out of me. Deadlifts always kill me more, and I do deadlifts all by themselves. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, prior to that, to my 525 triple PR, I hit an all-time 1 rep max best of 550 pounds, which I thought was sick because, I've been talking with an amazing powerlifter. He's a great guy. He's a local, but he's agreed to give me pointers here and there. So you could call him my strength coach, even though he hasn't he hasn't set up my program for me to hit these PRs. I've just been doing it myself, but he gives pointers here and there. So I like to call him sensei or strength coach because he and I have a personal bond. Anyway, he did not have it planned for me to hit 550 for a long time. So when it came out of nowhere, he was just so stoked. But here's the thing: as a natural, I don't know if I can call myself a power lifter or not. My numbers aren't that great, but as a natural in general, the rule is that once you PR personal record, 1 rep max, once you PR like that, you're not really supposed to touch even 90% of that 1 rep max for a while. But I recently, out of nowhere, that this PR just hit out of nowhere. Like, I was razor focused. I didn't upload to my story at all about the PRs, which helped me to focus a lot. You'd be surprised at how much that helps. I did not text anyone. I did not message anyone. Nothing. I was not on media at all. All I kept doing was cranking it to the right part of the song I was listening to stay. I was up in Pluto. That's where I was at mentally. I was psychologically up there by Pluto. That, deadlifting and squatting, they're different sports from powerlifting, which means that there's only technically bench left over, but they require a lot of focus, and they require I'm not saying that bench doesn't require these things. I'm just saying that you have to take it above and beyond with squat and deadlift. Even though deadlift, you can't, other than having a rounded back, which you should never do. And I have a form deadlift video that I uploaded some time ago. But anyway, the only thing you can do bad with deadlifting is having a rounded back. We call it the cat back, and using straps. I'm just kidding. If you use straps, there's no problem with that. I'm personally never going to use straps again. I used to, but when you put it on the platform, as you know, you can't use straps. So, to each their own. If you use straps, then good for you. But just know that you are missing out on grip strength gains by using straps. Anyway, back to the point. The 525 single, it was hard. Obviously, it was my 1 rep max. And then I hit a 515 triple some time ago, which you all saw. That was pretty difficult. I was kind of tired on that day. But then now, 2 weeks after I hit my best deadlift ever, I hit what was a violent struggling single for a triple. Easier than I hit the 515 triple, I hit the 525 triple. I just thought it was very strange. I mean, I took it, I was happy about it, I rolled with it. And before that, I hit 515 for... wow. And before that, I hit 515 for an 11-second pause hold, which means most people, when you lock out, a lot of people, they have to let go instantly after lockout because they're just not strong enough to hold it up that long. Which is fine. That's most personal records. Hold it up at the top for 1 second to lock it out and then just let go. That's fine. But that's considering the 515 used to be a struggle for me, I've hit it pretty easy in the past, but never like this. It just went up I was bending over to pick up a candy wrapper, and the next thing I know, it just felt like I wasn't holding anything. So I held it, and the next thing I know, my forearms started to feel it, so I let go after 11 seconds. It was that simple. And 525, again, I only wanted it for a double. That was the goal that my sensei put into place. Or my strength coach. That was the goal. A double. And a triple came out. The only reason I did not attempt a 4th rep is because sometimes you gotta know when to be smart and not go to that next level. Your body sometimes has had enough, and you gotta be smart about it as bad as you crave that next level. So that's what I decided to do. I did not go for a 4th rep, and even after that I was going to go up to 535 again 2 weeks after hitting it for the first time, and I was going to attempt a pause hold with it, but honestly I wasn't just burned out, but I just didn't think that pause holding what I had already hit 2 weeks prior for the first time was super beneficial, honestly. And don't forget, you should also throw in double overs, because those are very hard. You're going to find that your weight is cut virtually in half. You're probably only going to be using about 60% of your 1 rep max for double overs, and that'll feel hard. They just train your forearms and your grip that much. But anyway, it was a wicked deadlift PR kind of couple of weeks, and the week prior to this deadlift PR, which was a week after my 551 rep max, I hit 500 for a single, and that was hard. I could have hit, a few more singles, but I realized I didn't want to keep pushing myself, so I backed off and I lifted at one 500-pound single. So it's interesting how things work, but if you play your cards right and you put you keep this sucker on cue, the rest just falls into place. So it's been an awesome couple of PR weeks, and I have a lot of fun not just training but putting these videos together for you guys. And by the way, I did mention, I didn't finish touching up on it, but I did mention natural limits. But your natural limits aren't as far as you think they are, but they're also not as low down as you think they are. Someone who could be on a performance amplifier, and if you've seen my prior video, you know what I mean. Someone who could be on something like that could not train at all, and then someone who's natural could train their asses off and look better than the guy that's on something. Think about that. And of course, by natural limit, I mean the fact that I'm almost 30 years old. So, as most of you know, that's when testosterone starts to naturally decay itself. So, I've had that on my mind, but honestly, I've never felt stronger. So it's pretty strange. I'm kind of starting to think I have that psychological advantage of just pushing myself because I want to be the most insane natural that I can be for myself. Well, thought I'd share that, and thanks a lot, guys.